We are going to learn how to assemble all of the blocks you made that have the letters of your name on them. This time we're going to go into Autodesk and use a slightly different part of the program. Before we made parts as a standard IPT, this time we're going to assemble them. So please move your cursor up to the big letter I in the corner. If I click on that and just hold my cursor over the word new, I can see that there's a lot of different options I have when using this program. What we have done all of last week was make parts, individual parts, each block with one letter of your name. Today we're going to go and do something different. So please click on the word assembly. This is what we're going to do to actually assemble all of our blocks. You should notice that your workspace looks the same as it was before. The navigation cube and the navigation tools are the same. The browser column on the left hand side is the same. The only thing that is different is some of the tools across the top of the page. We are going to start on the left hand side by placing the letters we made. If I look at my drop down under the word place, I see that there's some different options. I could place from a content center, an iLogic component. We are going to keep it simple and just click on the word place. When I do that, I notice that a pop-up window appears, and now we have to go and find all of those name blocks that we made last week. So we saved this all in our U drive. So if you click on your U drive, I believe it has your student ID number before it. You can click on that. Mine are saved in a folder called Design and Modeling, and then Name Blocks. If you are unsure which letter is which, whenever you click once on a letter, it should appear in the preview window so that you make sure that you choose the right thing. First letter in my name is J, so I'm going to click on the letter J and then click Open. I should notice in the workspace that as I move my cursor around, there is a letter J that I can place on the screen. I have to click twice in order to place this letter. I'm going to click as I usually do, with just a regular mouse button, and then I'm going to go over it. If I wanted to place more J's, I would continue to click, and as many times as I click, I would place letters on the screen. But in this case, I only want one J, so I'm going to right click, that is the other mouse button, and then select OK. And I'll have a J on my screen. I want to go put the next letter in, so I go back to the left hand corner, find the word place, and now go to the letter O. I can either double click on the letter O or click it once and then click Open. I now notice that there's an O on my screen. If I run out of room, I can use the mouse scroll wheel to give myself some more room. Okay, I can place it anywhere on the screen because I will be moving these around and connecting them at a later time. So I just click, then I use my other mouse button, the right mouse button, click again. I think that's fixed. Oops, I click and say OK. And I say OK. I'm now going to go find the next letter, so I go back to the upper left hand corner, place component. I made two different blocks with the letter P for my name. I'm going to select the first P first. So I'm going to find a place on my screen. I'm going to left click, then I'm going to right click and say OK. I'll do the same thing one more time. Find the second P that I made, open it, left click, then right click and say OK. At this point I have four letters on my screen. Each of them I can move around. Now I have to connect them. This is done with a command called constrain. It is on your toolbar, almost in the middle. This is the one we'll use most often as we connect things. If I click constrain, I get a pop-up menu, and under the word solution, there are two ways to constrain, and these are the ones we are going to use the most often. The one on the left is called mate. That will join sides together. And on the right is a word called flush. We can look at the arrows, and that means we can line edges up on different pieces. I'm going to click the mate command, which is on the left. Then I'm going to click two sides that I want to connect together. I know that it goes J-O, so I'm going to click the right side of the J. Then I'm going to turn my screen so that I can see the right side of the O. The easiest way to do this is to grab onto the navigation cube, click and drag it that I can see my screen moving around. Okay, there's the J, there's the O. I notice when I do constrain commands, it gives me arrows so I know what I'm pointing to. I see one arrow going to the right of the J, and on this one there's an arrow going to the left of the O. So I click, I hear a cowbell sound, cowbell is good luck, and I notice that they're joined together. If I like that, I click apply. Since they're not perfectly matched up yet, I want to see how I can perfectly match them up. So I'm going to go back to the constrain command. This time, instead of mate, I want to click the solution on the right, which is called flush. I want the top of the J and the top of the O to be lined up. So I'm going to click the top of the J and then the top of the O. The cowbell tells me something happened, and I should notice that they moved closer together. I'm going to click apply. The front of the J and the front of the O still are not quite matched up. So that's one last thing I want to do to make them perfectly lined up. Under solution, I go back to flush. I can see the arrows tell me that it's to line up edges, so I click on that. I can click the front of the J, click the front of the O. I see arrows on both of those. Now they're perfectly constrained or perfectly lined up. I will do the same with the P and the other P. First selecting mate, choosing the left-hand side of one letter, turning my name so that I can see the opposite side and then the opposite side of the O. I will mate them, and then I will flush those together again so that it looks perfect. Continue doing this for all letters until your name has been perfectly connected.